Hi, Goni from Palestine, Israel. Yeah, so what I understand is this situation in which, although you know that your needs are not really in a conflict, still, when you focus on one need, when you have these two needs kind of in a way competing to each other, with each other, and then you have you made a choice or strategy to meet a certain need of yours. But then what remains in you is this tension, is this sort of inner struggle still, because knowing that the other need was not met. So yeah, I can imagine then all the time walking around with this some sense of a struggle, some sense of a tension, even though intellectually you have it all figured out, but somewhere in the body there is this tension of you having chosen to, in a way, abandon certain need in a certain moment. And it's like, yeah, kind of accompanying you. So I have, what comes up for me are two levels of an maybe answer or suggestion. One is that for me, this situation of two seemingly conflicting needs, that we then go and choose to meet one of them, that only gets resolved at a way more deep level than the mind is. So if we kind of stay in the realm of the mind, we will always have, maybe I should have chosen this, or some sort of a leftover of that mental activity. So the first thing for me is to really, really embrace both needs. So let's say, if I make it very simple, you have a need for connection, to be out with your friends, and you have need for being alone, and somebody invites you to go for a coffee. So there is yes in you, and there is also no in you. There is yes in you for going to coffee and having this companionship and connection, and there is yes in you to actually stay at home, be alone, and nourish yourself in that way. So can I bring both of these needs into my awareness? And even more than into my awareness, can I bring them both into my lab? Can I kind of bring them as two fighting children that are fighting with each other? I love them both. Can I both bring them into my lab and just be with them and just see how much energy and aliveness and passion and excitement there is in one kid as well as in the other one? So in a way, can I hold these needs of mine and just see how much they are manifesting aliveness of my being? So there is this stretching into connection. Yes, there is this huge yes in me to connection and to melt into this beauty of connection. And at the same time, there is this yes in me to be alone. So can I actually sit with them? It's like a meditation. Can I breathe with them? Can I be with them? Until I come to a place in which I'm not having a sense of a fight anymore. It's like, yeah, they're both expression of aliveness in me. And then I would sense into what is life calling me to do now. It's almost like sense in with my energy into what pulls me, what calls me more. So not try to answer with my mind. Like, pluses and minuses and pros and cons, and I think I'll go for that. But rather sit with it and sense into it until it's almost like my body or my energy field has a clear impulse to go into a certain direction. So that's one thing. The other thing, it's like a bit more on a maybe even meta level. In my understanding, whatever we do, whatever we think of, whatever we say, whatever we decide not to do, and so forth, it is always an attempt, conscious or unconscious, to meet a need of ours. It's always an attempt to address or answer to a longing of ours, right? Now, I would actually go even a bit further. I would say whatever this organism that I identify as myself, whatever this energy field comes up with, whatever it originates, it is always stretching towards life. It is always an attempt to have more aliveness. It is always an attempt to meet certain needs, to meet certain longings of life in me. Okay. Meaning, however we are, however we behave, it is probably an unconscious, but still an attempt to meet certain needs. So my question would be, you being Goni, that is walking around with this conflict between two needs and after one is not met and so forth, you being this Goni, walking around like that, which need are you trying to meet by being this way? Which longing of yours are you trying to address by being that way? That, I don't think, is something that will pop up in your mind as an answer, but that's more a question that I would want to sit with and take a long time to sit with and to explore by being the way I am. What am I screaming into the world? What am I screaming that I really need love or acceptance or appreciation? I don't know. What am I trying to attract by being that way? So, this is what I have to offer, and I hope it's meaningful.